Welcome to YellBro Road. I am Jordan, and today we're going to cover some of the speech of Netanyahu at the UN today. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate. All of it is very much appreciated. Also, please check out the Discord link. If you want to join up over there, please do so. And obviously, all videos and content that I show will be sourced, except for one thing. But I'll get to that. Please check out the description box. All right. So here we have Netanyahu at the UN, and I know we're dying to hear this, right? Everyone's dying to hear this, but we have some other stories we want to go over first. First thing I'm going to show you is apparently from Candace Owens' Instagram. Let me make sure I can do this correctly. Let's share entire screen. There we go. And it's about Charlie Kirk, obviously, and Tyler Robinson. But I guess I'll, because a friend screenshotted this and showed it to me. So I'm going to have to, it's on her Instagram. It's in her Instagram stories. So I'll just say that. But let's read through it. It says, I want to break this news immediately because it feels important, and I think if I don't break it immediately, something bad might happen. I hope I have earned the trust enough of the people to believe me when I say that I have verified this information but cannot reveal the source. Tyler Robinson is not suicidal. The entire narrative that was placed in the media about him having been suicidal is completely fictional, as are many other aspects of what we have been told. Oh, shit. And she's claiming she can verify this stuff. There's more. His father having, quote, turned him in after a confession is also complete fiction. Really? To the contrary, Tyler Robinson maintains his innocence and has never been to the UVU campus. Now that's fucking crazy. I mean, I understand we're living in weird times. I know a lot of people throughout history have said that, damn, our time is crazy. Something crazy is going down. But if any of this shit actually plays out and Candace is correct, holy fuck, what will happen? Because guess what? There's other stories that I'm going to get to in this video where it's even for the hardcore MAGA people, there's a stability issue happening here where these stories they're too much. They're too much, right? It's too much fuckery happening all over the place. There are absolutely zero photos or video that the campus can produce to the contrary. Now that's interesting because I was like, yo, why are they showing us these kind of grainy photos of the guy, right? Instead of video footage. If you have video footage, you can showcase the metadata, to showcase the time and exactly where the guy was at. That's what, if you're gonna show it that way. There's more, which is why they have produced nothing other than a blurry image, which Tyler's family knows is not him. They know it's not him. That's crazy. Tyler has never once expressed a suicidal thought. I want to make that clear. The federal government is lying about absolutely everything, other than the fact that it is his gun. So what she's alleging here is that they got their hands on a gun that is actually Tyler's. And I guess they planted it at the scene. Or maybe if it's some sort of weird operation thing, then they used his gun. But then again, the whole no exit wound thing kind of kills that story too. So this is fucking nuts. This is nuts. And one of the ideas was that the father called his son up and said, hey, is this you? Right? And I guess the kid was saying no. And he's like, all right, show me a picture. Take a picture of grandpa's gun and show it to me to prove that, you have the gun with you. So thus, it's not the thing that's on TV that the police have. And if someone took that gun from him somehow, he wouldn't know. Or sorry, he wouldn't have it. He wouldn't be able to take a picture of that. So, but I will say this though: the kid did do what was it? It was they're planning a trial out, right? So he's on a Zoom call, basically fucking, bulletproof vest on, whatever the fuck he had on, anti-suicide stuff. And I don't know, you'd think the guy would be like yelling, but yo, no, I did not do this. I didn't do this. Maybe that's not the point. Maybe that's not the time to do that. You have to like actually have like, set a court date and all that shit first before you can say whether you're guilty or not. But reports were saying he was not guilty originally when he first got caught. I don't know. Or it could be even more conspiratorial. Maybe they fucking drugged him or something, right? And he just can't even open his mouth too much. I don't know. There's more. Last part. Um, Not that we needed further substantiation, but Tyler Robinson did not author those Discord messages, the confession ones. I would like to again stress that he has never been to UVU campus, but, and I need to confirm this later, I believe he was around the campus on that day. I'll have more on this later, but I wanted to immediately publish that the Tyler Robinson suicide narrative, plus the dad that did the right thing after realizing his son was guilty, is a federal concoction. And she's saying she can confirm this. Now, I was checking YouTube, and I didn't see Candace going live or anything like that. Maybe she's taking a day off. Maybe she's working on this story. So I guess we're gonna have to be kept posted on all that stuff. Let's go back to a little Chrome browser, and let's continue on with some more Charlie Kirk stuff. From Ian Carroll. Well, there it is, folks. No autopsy apparently. Is Andrew Colvett, the TPUSA guy, fabricating stories about magic bullets? Why would he do that? And how the fuck would he not do an autopsy in the most significant political assassination in generations? So here's the apparent dispatch audio. I'm gonna read this guy's caption too. Utah dispatcher states there was no autopsy done on Charlie Kirk. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital. What the fuck? That means the producer is lying to you all. Are we waking up? Now, I've heard people saying, like, well, maybe they didn't do an autopsy there. They transferred the body to a medical examiner and they did an autopsy, right? So I'm leaving room for that possibility. But either way, let's listen to this. Here is apparently dispatch audio. Here we go.
So I did do the request. They emailed me back. He did not go in for an autopsy. The death certificate was signed by the doctor at the hospital.
Oh, okay. Can you just do a field clip documenting that?
I'm sorry, 10-9?
Can you just add a step to the case documenting that there was no autopsy?
Yeah, 287, I'll be clear to the hospital.
I need an officer at Timpanogos Hospital to come stage in the emergency room bay.
Jesse just told me that he just got off the phone and Charlie's wife is coming to signature and to bring in a car over here for arraignment.
Charlie's wife is coming to land at signature, you said?
Sir, and Jesse's going to go to Duncan right now and pick up a car for her.
Okay, I'm a little confused because that's what Corey just said. They said they're landing at Duncan, so I don't know where they're landing, but we will just kind of play it by ear, I guess, best that we can.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, hustle bitch. It's kind of difficult to hear. It's very. Why is in 2025 our tech like this bad? You think they'd have like better audio and shit, but if you like listen closely, you can hear them talking about. No autopsy has been done. I need the wife to come in and sign some papers, I guess. But I don't know if that, I couldn't hear it, and I don't know if that means like she's there to basically pick up the body, all right, and then get it ready for funeral service or whatever, or if it means sign off on having his body sent to now a medical examiner to do like a forensic, look over the body. I don't know. I don't know. But if this stands true, then yeah, all he did was just open up another can of worms. If you skipped a fucking autopsy, that's crazy. That is crazy, and that's a lot of names where like it's not just the producer, it's also his wife. Why wouldn't she want an autopsy to make sure everything's like legit? Police. Why wouldn't you make sure there's an autopsy? Like so many things would be unraveling at that point. That would break brains if that happened. So if the Candace thing is real and then this thing is real, holy shit. I'm not gonna jump the gun yet. I'm gonna be very patient and be fair. Try to be fair and honest about all of this because we're all kind of in the dark. But I'm willing to listen to all different ideas and theories. Okay, let's keep it moving. Remember this story about the digital IDs? Oh boy. I just thought this was interesting. Where it says, I know it's from Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of UK, right? Yeah, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I know you're worried about the level of illegal migration into this country. Digital IDs is another measure to make it tougher to work illegally here, make our borders more secure. Ours is a fair Britain built on change, not division. And then obviously the community's like, bitch, what the like? UK law already requires all employees to give proof of a right to work to employers. For British and Irish citizens, this is a passport or birth certificate. For non-citizens, this is a government-provided share code or immigration documents. So you already have something there for that. But he's still going to let's be honest, he's still going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing for these digital IDs because they hate us or something. I don't know. They fucking hate us, apparently. And by the way, these things will most likely be pushed in the US as well. We already have that real ID idea, right? But remember Trump, I don't remember when exactly, but before he was elected this time around, I think during a campaign speech, he mentioned like, yeah, we need, digital IDs to keep track of who's going in and out of our country. I was like, no one really mentioned it. Actually, it might have been during his first run. It could be that, maybe like a speech or something like that during his first run or when he was in office the first time. Either way, I do remember him saying that. I probably should have looked for it and put it up on here, but I'll find it at some point and let people know about it. Maybe make a separate video about it. But yeah, just interesting, right? Demanding these digital IDs, but yet these things are already covered, right? But all right, let's continue. Now, this story about January 6th, right? The insurrection. Look at this. FBI discloses to U.S. Congress it embedded 275 plainclothes agents in the January 6th crowds more than 4.5 years ago. Holy Christ. Holy Christ. And funny, you can see this image right here. Right-wing violence. What the fuck? Yeah, right-wing violence. And it's like, oh, it's always the FBI. Like, no, this happens quite a bit on either side because they're both working to fuck you over. Who was president at the time when this was happening? Who appointed the FBI, the director of the FBI at that time period? So, like, I'm just saying. And even Trump, when it initially happened, said, yeah, there should be people arrested and all that stuff. Even I'm hearing people say that the pardons weren't even that legitimate this time around. Like, people, maybe they got a quote-unquote pardon, but some of the charges stuck to them, apparently. And thus they have to walk around with a fucking criminal record. And like, let's be honest, what if there's police guys shoving them closer to the buildings or trying to get people riled up or trying to get them to commit violence? And it's like, yeah, this should be heavily investigated because I believe someone died from getting like stampeded. And what if fucking 20 of those people that stepped on this person were cops, were feds? So that should be extremely examined. I mean, I wouldn't suspect to be 20 of them, but like, if one person stepped on someone else, or someone shoved Ashley Babbitt towards, yeah, let's go in, that should be heavily investigated, but something tells me that the Trump administration and future administrations won't even look into it. Let's be honest. But I think it's worthy. It's a worthy story. Let's continue on here. Now, I mean, it's been a fucking weird ass day with news. And as you can see here, new documents from Epstein's estate. Let me just click on this. Epstein's estate detailing his daily schedule. They show meetings with Steve Bannon, Peter Thiel, and a potential visit to Epstein's island for Elon Musk. Prince Andrew is listed as a passenger on Epstein's plane. DOJ must release the Epstein files now. So when Trump goes out on TV or Pam Bondi or Kash Patel and they tell us there's nothing in there, it's all boring stuff, there's nothing in there, or it's a Democrat hoax, it's Democrats making things up. And then something comes out that's new. It's like, wait a minute, so you didn't release everything, first of all. And second of all, disprove it. Show us how this is a hoax. Meaning you're going to have to reveal shit to us anyways, just to prove that it's not real. You're kind of stuck no matter what. See here, some of the pictures here. Okay. So he has, his schedule here. Breakfast with Reed Wingarten. No idea who that is. Peter Thiel. Gotham Awards cocktail reception, of course. That's what we have here. Another scheduled thing. Steve Bannon, Reed Wingarden. Now we knew Steve Bannon worked as like a kind of a crisis, like PR guy, right? Like when you do something fucked up and you need someone to help you work on the public relations. I think Steve Bannon was the guy that was helping out. And we all knew that already, right? And apparently there's hours of interviews with Bannon and Epstein. But Bannon won't release his own fucking things, will he? Apparently Bannon's holding on to those motherfuckers. Or maybe the government has it and they don't want to do that. To be determined tentative breakfast party with Bill Gates. Why'd this person leave these names out? People want to see Bill Gates right there. Invited Ron Barron and Josh Harris. Awaiting reply. Okay. Reminder, Gregory Riches on holiday in Aruba. Jesus Christ. And another reminder, Elon Musk to island, December 6th. Is this still happening? Meaning it was set up to go down. Once again, these dates all showcase 2014. This is after he got convicted of sex trafficking with minors. Even if they fucked that case up in Florida, there was still enough word's sake for people to be like, okay, I need to either get answers or separate from this person. But these guys are like, nah, don't worry, the public doesn't care, so you know what? And he's filthy rich. I'll take these fucking meetings. Why not? Now, we don't know if this means anything as in regards to the sexual weird stuff with these names here, but if people are going to be fair, all right, or they're looking for Bill Clinton around every corner, Bill Clinton was on the island. Bill Clinton was on the island. And on the island, they do weird sex stuff. And you have to do the same with Elon Musk if he was invited there. That means they were already in contact. Right? Like, is this still happening? As in, it was planned. Maybe Elon cancels for some reason, but the meeting was planned, apparently. So if you're going to, keep it consistent, just saying. And here we have a passenger manifest for one of the planes. I don't know if it's the Lolita Express or not, but one of the planes. Adam Perilang, Prince Andrew, bodyguard. Of course, he goes nameless, just bodyguard. So, yeah, continuation of weirdness. And in fact, actually, take a look at this. Breaking. House Democrats have voted to release even more Epstein files, some as early as tonight. The last batch linked Epstein to Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Steve Bannon. If you're sweating, you're probably in the next drop. This was around 5 o'clock Eastern. What is it, like 7 o'clock now? Maybe something dropped already. Maybe things will drop tonight, allegedly, possibly. So I guess we'll be on standby for all that, and I'll make like a full video about it, I guess. All right. Before we head on to Netanyahu's speech at the UN. Check this out. Under a White House plan that is being proposed to Arab and Israeli leaders, former UK leader Tony Blair would serve as interim administrator of Gaza, overseeing a body known as the Gaza International Transition Authority, or GITA. I mean, the guy who you think would go away as like, hey, you're like a shamed war criminal, like go away. These guys just pop back up. You see George Bush dancing on Ellen, showing his paintings off. You have Tony Blair actually doing foreign policy stuff. After the fuck up of his administration, he now comes back to work on more foreign policy stuff in the Middle East. Come on. Come on, son. Why would you pick this guy? It's almost a big middle finger to everyone. Pick a blatant war criminal to oversee war crimes. And we already went over the story of this whole giant smart city thing they possibly want to do with Gaza. Yeah, this guy, he's definitely up for that, and he'd be the guy overseeing it. Meaning, here comes cheap labor and extremely secured zones for Palestinians if they get to stay there. And the rest will become a brand new metropolis because all their fucking housing and schools and hospitals have been ran the fuck over. By the way, this he's been pretty busy lately. Once again, he keeps popping his head up. He's also a part of the digital ID thing going on in the UK. He's also a part of that. So, I mean, no rest for the fucking wicked, man. But let's continue. So, I'm going to be upfront. The clips I saw of Netanyahu at the UN were fucking embarrassing. Like, he's an embarrassing leader. Let's play some of this because it's gonna tie into something else I want to say, but just embarrassing. Here we go.
Let's do a pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
And
huh?
raise your hand if you know the answer. Here's the first question. Who shouts "Death to America"?
I mean, embarrassing. Who did not tell him? Like, it's not that he has like spinach in his teeth. He has a fucking tree branch, and no one's telling him about this. That's what this shit looks like to me. Who shouts death to America? Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, or all of the above? That's an embarrassing thing to show. It's as embarrassing as, I mean, renting out. I don't even know what room he was in. It looked like a conference room. An entire projector screen that just says Iran lied. It's like, yo. Okay. Show us like some data sets, some data points and shit like that. He's just like, Iran lied. Along with like a bunch of like CDs and shit. Like, how the fuck were we supposed to know what all this says, bro? This fool gets up and says, who shouts death to America? And puts a fucking pop quiz in front of you, bro. And calls it a pop quiz. What are we doing? It's so lazy, It's so lazy. Let's continue.
Is it A, Iran, B, Hamas, C, Hezbollah, D, the Houthis, or E, all of the above? All of the above. Correct. All of the above. Second question.
Now, if you're asking who's clapping, there's an Israeli delegation there clapping and yelling answers out. We have to, once again, imagine that it's a giant auditorium, right? This UN building. We'll get to that, don't worry. Here we go. Maybe this video won't spoil it.
Who has murdered Americans and Europeans in cold blood? Is it A, Al-Qaeda, B, Hamas, C, Hezbollah, D, Iran, or E, all of the above?
Liberty?
Didn't you just kill, like, Netanyahu, didn't your administration, you guys just killed 4 Americans in Lebanon? 3 little girls and their father. Didn't you just do that? In their car as they're driving, you blew it up. I'm wrecked. They've killed Americans in the West Bank. They've killed Americans in Gaza. I'm sure Europeans are mixed in here too. But this shit, fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing. If that was my president, I'd be fucking embarrassed. Like, wow, you fucking tool bag. What the fuck is that? Is that a QR code? What is that?
Correct. Again, let's.
I guess his. Oh, okay. So he has a ribbon thing and then a QR code for the ribbon thing. Oh, okay. Because they've been going around New York City, and they paid, whatever vans to advertise about October 7th all around New York City, and all these vans have this giant logo with the little ribbon and a QR code on it to get people. I mean, it's such tacky propaganda. It's very tacky. Let's go into further embarrassment here. Check this shit out.
What, did the Nazis ask the Jews to leave, kindly leave, go out? Did others, you want me to name all the genocidal leaders of history? Just go one by one. Did anyone do this? Did they say, get out so we can come in? Of course not. What?
So what he's doing is he's putting himself next to Nazis to say, look, we're nicer. Doesn't mention, we don't just kill innocent people. But no, we're nicer. We say, can you please leave your childhood homes so we can continue blowing them up? Can you please leave? I mean, thank God Palestinians are not dealing with fucking Nazis. Because then they'd really be suffering, you know what I'm saying? Thank God this guy's in charge. Thank fucking Christ. Now, with all that, I think there's a good amount of leaders that realize this was going to be terrible, boring, stupid, immoral, corrupt, propaganda bullshit. They knew that. So what they did was they preemptively got the fuck up and get the fuck out of there. Like, holy shit, this is going to break my brain. I'm leaving now.
Please, order in the hall.
But yeah, we're fucking out of here.
Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall, and please be seated.
Let's add to the embarrassment.
Please, order in the hall.
These people saved themselves the torture. Let's just be honest. They saved themselves. They knew, bro. Like, fuck, my ears are gonna bleed. I can't stay here. I gotta get out. Horrendous fucking speech with nothing but propaganda and fucking billboards of multiple choice questions. Multiple choice propaganda. Fuck my life, dude. But there is a group of people that are already suffering under a genocide, and this guy commits the worst crime of all, which is make them listen to his stupid fucking speech. I kid you not. Look at this shit. In an unprecedented action, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a live broadcast from the UN building in New York, has announced that the IDF took control of the telephones of Gaza residents and Hamas members, and that his speech is now being broadcast live via the telephones. He made them sit there and listen to this bullshit, too. Fuck. I mean, isn't that bad enough? Your dumb fuck speech? That apparently a good amount of countries realize, like, this is dog. I'm out of here, bro. Before this guy even talks, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He then forces the poor people of Gaza to listen to this bullshit. I mean, that is like taunting almost. It's like, hey guys, here's my justifications for blowing you all up. I'm going to force feed it to you. We're going to brute force shit onto your phones, your personal phones. Where remember, they can turn off the internet, they can turn it back on whenever the fuck they want to. The Israelis, I'm saying. They can turn off Gaza's internet and turn it back on whenever the fuck they want to. They've already done that plenty of times. And now they can just hack your phones and just force you to watch a stupid fucking speech where he's justifying murdering you and expelling you. I mean, is that not the most, like... That's like some villain shit, straight up. Like, that's like fucking Lex Luthor. Holy Christ, man. Oh, then you have Glenn Greenwald questioning October 7th, but I'm not even here for that. I probably shouldn't even had his shit on screen, honestly. Like, what do I say about that? We already know the crimes that are being done. But he's like, I'm going to commit I'm going to checklist every fucking crime could possibly do to anyone. And I'm going to do it to all of them. On every level. By the way, this is after Microsoft, I guess, pulled back from Israel because they were using their technology to spy on Palestinians. Netanyahu's like, so what? We're already in that bitch, bro. We're good. I mean, as soon as they get these tech things, I'm sure they could just reverse engineer it and make their own version. Honestly. And when it comes to Gaza and the West Bank, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, apparently. It's actually fucking crazy. It's actually crazy. I mean, every crime you could think of. Invasion of privacy. Forcing them to watch your propaganda. Bullets, bombs, fire. Lack of food, lack of water. Cutting off electricity, cutting off internet. Like, every crime you could do to someone is happening over there. I mean, just cherry on top to make them listen to that shit. That's like actual like psychological torture. I mean, that's like, yo, you are a blatant criminal, like out in front of everyone, man. I've never heard of that before. I've heard of that from leaders doing it to their own country to get to propagandize their own population, right? To get them to fucking, support them, or hey, we need to go to war, so we're gonna hack your phones or some shit and broadcast my propaganda to everyone. But this shit is fucking nuts. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing it to reassure everyone. If people in Gaza see, they're probably like, yeah, we're fucked. We are absolutely fucked. The ones that are left alive, like, we are fucked. Because this guy is just brazenly in front of the world, right? That's what the UN is supposed to be. It's like the world meeting. Like, right in front of everyone doing this shit. But I'm going to leave it there. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree, disagree. I did several stories here. You can, pick and choose. Talk about all of them. Whatever you want to do. Please tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, check out the Discord if you want to join that. And talk some shit with people. You're more than welcome. Also, all these videos will be sourced. Everything I showed you will be sourced in the description box, except for the Candace Owens one. That was a screenshot. That was just one of her Instagram stories, apparently. But please. Everything else will be in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.